Cheers! Welcome to Movie Bitches! RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars 2, Episode 4.
So, everybody walks into the workroom. Ginger Minge has just been eliminated.
Yep, she wrote her weirdly coded, passive-aggressive message of, make sure to play a fair game and, be proud of your choices.
Oh, yeah, that was weird.
It was weird.
Well, so everyone's mad at Alyssa for saving Katya.
Well, everyone being Fifi.
Sure. Fifi is mainly mad, and everyone else is kind of like,
Alyssa switched it up.
No, I didn't switch nothing up, baby.
No, I'm saying, can you let me finish?
No.
I don't think it's fair that because they decided on some rules episode 1 when they didn't really know what was going to be happening, that they have to stick with it.
Fifi is a little hung up on the decision because I think in her head she probably could be thinking, okay, well, this could affect me.
I think Alyssa and Fifi were both feeling vulnerable and trying to protect themselves. Mm-hmm. And so Alyssa was like, well, let's take a look at, total performance, right? Because, I've been doing okay, but if I have one bad night, I don't want to get kicked off.
Sure.
And Fifi was like, well, let's not look at total performance because I haven't done that well.
Yeah.
And I'm the only one who hasn't won a challenge.
There was a lot of factors taken into consideration, but I do think I was fair in my opinion. I think
maybe part of Alyssa's strategy in saving Katya is, I don't want to be the queen that sent Katya home.
Sure.
Because fans are going to be pissed.
There's two games they're playing. There's the current game that they're recording, and then there's the rest of the
long term.
You don't want to be on the wrong side of the long game.
No. So we find out that Detox would have sent Katya home.
Yeah.
Because she was sticking with the agreement.
And I guess the idea is just that you'll want to be able to know what to expect if you're on the bottom.
You want to have some security, but it's at the same time, it's an ever-changing game.
Mm-hmm.
And why can't we revisit this now that there's been a few episodes behind our belt and, recalibrate?
And what if I don't agree with what the judges said? I don't necessarily mind there being room for the queens themselves to interpret it.
we can all agree to disagree.
Oh, also, though, I would love to know where Detox had that lipstick in that.
Oh my god,
lipstick.
right? Well, they didn't show it.
No.
She didn't, pull it out of her snatch or anything.
I would have loved it.
Just been anyway. I don't remember why it got brought up, but Alyssa says something like rigor mortis.
If y'all send me home, it was rigged. Rigor mortis, girl. It was rigor mortis.
Instead of rigor mortis.
Who's Morris? Rigor mortis. Rigor mortis?
I was like...
There were a lot of sequenced,
moments this episode.
Yeah.
So, workroom Rue walks in. It's the return of the Pharrell hat.
Yep.
It's just, so incredibly large.
Yeah.
It looks like it's...
A Mounties hat.
It looks like a Mounties hat, but it also just looks like it's too big for her head.
Oh, yeah.
So, Rue comes in and announces that they're going to do Shequels.
Yes.
We can work on that. 2 movies.
Yep.
And that you have to pick your partner. So, right off the bat, Alyssa is like, Alaska.
Yep.
Cause duh. And then Katya is like, oh god, Fifi, Roxy, ah!
Detox!
And she grabs Detox for dear life, like a freaking life raft, ah! So it's Roxy and Fifi.
Yeah, and they have show squirrels.
And then Katya and Detox had Velma and Wheezy.
Yep.
And I was like, oh my god, I want to see some Velma from Scooby-Doo and Wheezy from the Jeffersons realness. Yes. It's not what happened.
No.
But I was ready for it. Can you just imagine?
So Alaska and Alyssa were what happened to baby JJ.
I was so excited for this one because... Yes, I kind of wish they had all done really old movies. But then it would have been a different thing. But
sure.
It kind of would have been amazing if they were and you're going to be in Mildred Pierce, and it would have been kind of great. Kind of great.
Well, it was kind of interesting how they picked what they picked.
Well, yeah, how which movie was assigned to which pair.
Well, sure, but also which movies were picked.
Sure.
From the producing side.
I guess it's Showgirls, duh. It's Michelle's favorite. There's already a sequel, so that was a little weird.
Pennies from Heaven.
Pennies from Heaven.
Okay, are we just going to talk about it now?
Sure.
Okay.
Get your feelings out.
It's just like, okay, I have been waiting so long for there to be like a Showgirls Drag Race crossover event.
Totally.
And this was not what I wanted. And so it's just such a bummer for me because it's like, well, there went that moment.
Right.
You know?
Like
we're not going to get that opportunity again.
Yeah.
So that's what we're left with is Fifi and Roxy is like this weird...
Well, I had a lot of questions. Let's talk about it. So they decided to switch characters mid...
Smartest thing Fifi did.
It really is.
Switching the roles is a brilliant idea.
I think what happened is she read through that script and she was like, oh, fuck no, I can't play this role. I'm going to suck and have no lines. This is a terrible part. I want the other one. It'd be funnier if we switch it up. That's what happened.
It was really smart of her.
It was.
Really
It was
weird.
quite shrewd.
Yes.
Is the correct term.
Yes. So Fifi plays Nomi Malone now.
Yep.
And Roxy is playing her daughter. But what was weird is she was playing her daughter as if she was Gina Gershon.
I'm a little too young for that whorish look.
It was like Nomi's daughter turned into CristalLight-Connors. That's obviously how it was written, but it was weird.
That's a weird writing choice. The performances didn't necessarily bother me as much as the writing did.
Yeah.
In the sense that it was just confused. Anyone could have done it, and it wouldn't, like, even if they were just amazing, it would have still been
like,
weird.
Yeah.
And the Nomi character had much better lines and made much more sense than the baby
CristalLight-Connors.
And that was what was weird.
Baby Cristal.
Well, and what's weird is, yes, I've told you the story about CristalLight, right? Oh my god. So, SideBar. One of my favorite episodes of MTV Cribs. Yes, I used to watch MTV Cribs.
Whoa, this is definitely not where I thought this was going when you mentioned this, okay?
I don't remember who it was.
Sure.
It doesn't really matter. So, going through this huge mansion that they've built, right?
Yeah.
The pool, the grotto, the whatever, and then they go into the kitchen. And he's like, well, you know, all these people have been talking about, like, Cristal. Well, I was at the grocery store, and they had Cristal Light for, like, $3. So I bought a whole ton of it.
Oh, no. That's the saddest thing I've heard all day. CristalLight-Connors. Oh my god, that kind of would have been amazing if that was her daughter's name.
Cristal Light!
CristalLight! That would have been amazing!
But also, like, I feel like what the character should have been, not the daughter.
Right.
In, like, Poughkeepsie or wherever they were.
No, we still should have been still trying to make it.
And then there's always someone younger and prettier or hungrier pushing someone down the stairs. That should have been this new girl.
Yeah.
Like, Roxy should have been the younger, hungrier girl with the beads. I don't know. It was confused.
It was confused, the writing.
Yeah.
Well, and I feel like with Showgirls particularly, it's so mimicked and mocked and talked about and everyone knows all the lines already,
Right.
that it was, like, weird to hear.
Do they? I wasn't sure if Fifi had seen the movie.
She's seen the movie. You can give her some credit.
Okay. The thing that really bugged me was that she didn't say Paula Abdul.
Paula Abdul in my show?
We're not gonna pay those kind of salaries.
It would have been such a deep cut.
Exactly.
Paula Abdul.
Paula Abdul.
Would have been so
I mean, maybe it's just that,
Maybe
like,
it's just us.
we're such, like, super fans, particularly of the David Schmader,
Right.
like, commentary,
Right.
where it's, like, you really delve into all of these things, which
Right.
if you haven't watched Showgirls with commentary, you absolutely have to.
It will give you life. Oh,
I will say, I didn't think that Fifi had a bad performance.
no, it was good.
It was good. I didn't think it was, like, breakout, hilarious, amazing, but it was good. She did a pretty good job of, she definitely got the hair right.
I think, for me, her boobs.
Oh my god, were really funny.
Really funny and really sold it.
They were, like, sagging and
When
flopping
they would
and,
go
like,
it took a while for them to get from one side to the other. Like,
that was really good physical
that was
humor.
really funny.
Yeah.
No, I thought Fifi did a really good job.
I thought Roxy was terrible.
Roxy was not good.
I mean, she said herself she's not a very good actress.
Right.
She also had
wasn't-
terrible lines to work with.
Yes. There was no discussion of nails or chips.
That was, yeah.
Mexican
missed
food.
opportunities. Even fajitas.
I mean, obviously, we have a lot of opinions about
Showgirls.
Because it's so quotable, right? Yeah. It was a lot more rehashing. It was a harder hill to climb.
It was absolutely.
It just was.
Yeah.
Then Roxy keeps saying, Shaw.
Oh, right.
We take the crown, we wear the shawl.
Cut.
What's a shaw? Well, and then, so it sounded like she was saying shawl.
Oh,
but
maybe.
like forgetting the L.
We wear the shawl, the
Sash.
how you spell it?
Sash.
S-A-S-H.
But I like that Roxy at least was like,
Oh God, this isn't another sequence moment, is it?
So one weird thing that I also couldn't get my head around. So
well, one of the pit crew members comes out and does a lot.
Alrighty, 5 minutes till the talent competition.
he was real hamming it up. And then Big Frida, yes.
You heard him, only 5 minutes.
And you're like, oh, okay, that's all you have to do in this? Big Frida? What? It was weird.
Well, it was weird.
And why wasn't Big Frida like a guest judge or something?
Or
like there was no tie-in.
It wasn't mentioned.
No one mentioned it at all. There wasn't like a musical element to it. There was no like bounce. And then she showed up in Alaska and Alyssa's.
Right.
And did a little bit more.
Had more to do.
It was also still weird though.
Next up was
Thelma and Wheezy.
Velma and Wheezy.
Oh, sorry.
Allegedly.
Sequel to another very famous movie with similar character names.
This was my favorite skit.
It was the most collaborative, for sure. Like, it was the most...
It was the most collaborative.
Chemistry.
It was the most cohesive. Like, it just made the most sense. It just felt like a real skit, you know? Like,
Sure.
if that was on SNL,
Yeah.
I think that would do really well.
Yeah.
Like, that would get a good reception.
Exactly.
And I would say that was probably the only one of the three that I could say that about.
Yes.
It worked the best for me. I thought they were both hilarious.
So funny.
I thought it was great.
Well, and then so at first, Katya was like having a hard time.
Right. In the recording, Katya's having a real struggle.
And I love that she's like,
what the hell would Amy Sedaris do?
like, I love that Amy Sedaris is her spirit animal. I was like, yes. Like, everything. I was so happy about that.
Yes.
And then she's just like pulling it the fuck together.
It kind of reminded me of season 1 when they brought Cha-Cha in.
Charo.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know what.
After I just thought, well, you know what I was just thinking of? For some reason in my head, I was picturing Cha-Cha de Gregorio from Greece, and I don't know why.
I'm the best dancer at St. Bernadette's.
And a slut.
Yeah, when they brought Charo in and she just changed the whole room.
Yes.
And it was like, you know, a breath of fresh air. A breath of fresh air.
Sure. It's just always so refreshing when that happens.
Yeah.
For me, when the queens are like floundering and you're like, oh no, don't do this. And then they're like, okay, professional. Especially with All-Stars. No messy queens here. We don't have time for that.
No.
This is All-Stars.
Well, she took notes, which is important.
Yes. Absolutely. She and Detox had a lot of good chemistry, a lot of good physical humor. They used the pit crew guy.
They ripped their arms
Oh my god! I was dying!
And they, like...
Kazi's like
or whatever. If you can't eat your friends...
Who can you eat?
I thought they nailed it. If it was like a judging on like a teams thing, I thought they should have been the top 2.
Absolutely. The ending when they rip off their arms and are like beating each other with them, it was very like Death Becomes Her.
Do you remember where you parked the car?
I would have been so here for a Death Becomes Her sequel.
Yeah.
That would have been kind of fucking great.
It would have been amazing. You pushed me down the stairs.
So then last, what happened to baby JJ? I was so excited for this. I love that Alaska was like, I'm playing Betty Davis. I'm playing baby JJ. That's just what's up. Because I was like, yes you are, absolutely.
She's old and crazy and evil.
Her makeup was fucking amazing. It was like one part cartoon anime, one part Betty Davis. It was like a doll, almost.
Mm-hmm.
The way she did it was so good and interesting.
Yeah.
And she is just, I mean, she was Betty Davis. It was really...
Guess who's in a wheelchair now, Bland?
It was giving me, Martin Short does this Betty Davis impression. Have you ever seen it? Oh my God, it's everything. He talks like this, and it's just, where's my pudding?
Cake, flan, jello, pie, it's all pudding to me.
He's sitting in this oversized chair, just like, I mean, it's everything. And then he does this walk where he doesn't make it anywhere. It's so good. It's so good.
I mean, I was living for Alaska. I thought she really nailed it. Again, I think that poor Alyssa wasn't given as much to work with.
Yeah, I mean, it's not as fun of a character to do.
I personally found her hilarious.
Yeah, I didn't think she did that terrible of a job. There was that whole weird thing where she kept saying do-ah.
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 Oh, right.
And they were like, no, it's do-dah.
Yeah.
She was having some enunciation issues.
She was. It didn't nail it, but I still found it entertaining.
Yeah, and I don't think she sucked.
No. She wasn't as bad as Roxy.
No. In the sketch, she pulls off the dinner cover or whatever, and it's pork chops.
I made your favorite. Pork chops.
Yes to this.
Yeah.
And then Big Frida shows up again.
Yeah. And like a weird nurse role, and she's gonna like sing. And
yeah.
It was fine. I felt like no one used Big Frida in the right way, which is a bummer, particularly if that's like Big Frida's cameo this season. Like,
yeah, can she like have a challenge where they like collaborate on a song or something? Can that be a thing?
Right though?
I mean, from the get, Alaska comes in on this motor scooter, and then she's backing up like boop, 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 and just all of it. I mean, it was. Can Alaska just start having a show where she just does a golden age of Hollywood characters?
I would love that.
She's like, and now I'm Joan Crawford, and now I'm Betty Davis, and now I'm Katharine Hepburn, and now I'm Mae West, now I'm Jean Harlow. Like, I want to see all of those. I want to see all of
those. Oh, I wonder if she could do. I bet you she could do a good Katharine Hepburn.
Oh my God, it would be fucking fantastic.
Oh, that'd be so good.
And a Judy, like, it would be so good.
Oh, I bet you she could do a great Judy if she could get the voice down. Like,
I'm just thinking about Kristen Wiig doing Judy.
Oh, a play! Wonderful! I just love the theater, don't you, Mickey Rooney?
we're gonna take a quick commercial break. Love saying that. And then we're going to talk about runway looks and critiques and some shenanigan bullshit. So come back for that. Stay tuned. Ru comes down the runway in what I think might be one of my most favorite Ru looks of all fucking time.
It was so good.
She looks like Cruella de Vil if instead of Dalmatians, she liked to like skin goldfish and white tigers. I about died when there's just like a big long slit.
I know.
And you see her leg.
All of Ru's legs.
Oh.
It was the bottom half was very much like Marion Cotillard's Oscar dress. That like mermaid fish scale dress.
Yes.
Was really good.
I just gagged, died, everything.
It was everything.
Does Todrick Hall know how to tie a bow tie? Or is his thing just like, I'm gonna have a bunch of seemingly, are they ceramic? Are they metal? Like, he's been wearing, he wore twice, he wore the chrome, like, bow tie.
Yeah.
If you're wearing a chrome metal bow tie, you can't wear that twice.
This one was blue. Yeah.
To then go on top and be like, not only did I wear it the past 2 episodes, but now I have a blue one.
It's his thing.
What? That's not a thing.
I wonder how many of those he has.
Probably fuchsia is next.
You know what I want to see?
What?
Like a clear one. Like full of gumballs or something.
I was going to say a clear one full of a goldfish. Like, you know,
like Disco Stu's shoes on The Simpsons.
Like the acrylic platforms with a goldfish in it, but it's a bow tie. Anyway.
So, Nicole Scherzinger is the guest judge.
Yeah.
And she looks fucking fabulous.
She looks great. Looking pretty.
I don't really remember a thing that she said. about the queens. She said that Alaska was the Dustin Hoffman of acting?
Some of the
drag
skits
of queens.
I don't know. And then she also said that Roxy looked gorgeous.
Yeah, well, she did.
You're Gorgina.
You are. Like, I don't even want to look at you. You're so pretty.
You look gorgeous. What are you talking about? Me? No, you. I don't know. It was a thing. It happened.
First up on the runway was Fifi O'Hara.
Yeah. O'Hara. I always love you keep saying O'Hara like she's from Chicago, but bitch, she is not from Chicago.
She's from Georgia.
Is she?
Well, no, but like Scarlett O'Hara.
Oh, sure.
Atlanta. Speaking of Scarlett O'Hara, I really didn't mean for this to all come together, but her first part of her look really reminded me of when Scarlett O'Hara and Rhett Butler's daughter is riding that horse before she dies tragically. Spoilers for Gone with the Wind. She's in that like blue, like flouncy, like, oh, I'm riding outfit.
So Fifi gave me like some Disney princess realness.
It was like she was Prince Charming and then turned into Belle.
She had some like Carey Mulligan hair.
Which I actually liked the hair. I liked it a lot. It was like finger waves. It was like a short little bob.
I liked this look. I didn't love it. What I really would have preferred was either one or the other, but like I wanted like evil queen turned.
Ooh, that would have been cool.
You know, or vice versa. Like Cinderella turned evil queen.
Ooh.
You know, where it's like, oh, the princess that you know and love. Just kidding, she's an evil queen. That would have been, for me, just a little bit more fabulous.
Give me some, like, Charlize Theron in the Huntsman realness.
Exactly, yes! Oh, gold, not silver, not gold, whatever. It was like, yes! I wasn't gagging over any of it, but I was like, oh, that was all really good. The end look, with the yellow and it all disappeared really well.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, if you guys are still playing the drinking game, you got real wasted on this episode because there was a lot of costume changes.
Next up was Roxy Andrews, who was giving me like, that guy in Mortal Kombat who like throws his hat.
Never seen it.
You've never played Mortal Kombat, the video game?
Nope.
Great. You never played Mortal Kombat?
No!
You never watched the terrible Mortal Kombat movie?
No! I played like Crash Bandicoot and like Mario Kart, okay? Like I never got into it.
Yeah, I guess I liked the bloody ones.
Yeah, I never played bloody ones.
Like, you had a PlayStation?
I had a PlayStation and an N64.
See, I had a
and then I had a Dreamcast, which was like, oh god, why? I had to get it because my friends had it, and then I was like, why did I get this? This is stupid. Mistakes were made, I was young.
Anyway, it was very like that. Okay. You don't know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't.
And then it changed into like Disco Wonder Woman, and I was all about it.
I thought it was fun.
Anybody knows anything about a reveal? She, me, her, she does.
Well, and then she had the huge bell-bottomed, red lame backless jumpsuit.
Oh, the backless! I forgot about the backless.
Like, it was good.
It was good.
I liked it.
Katya walks out, and she's like some I Dream of Jeannie realness, like for real.
It was like this mod sequined, mini dress.
Yep.
It was like Larry Hagman like let her out for the night, and Barbara Eden went to the club.
Sure.
Put on her go-go boots.
Sure.
Except she didn't have go-go boots on.
She didn't.
And
yeah,
that sort of situation.
That was kind of the look. And she transformed. Like she does the whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like a red dress, and I was like, oh, that's okay.
I'll say it, I don't know. For me, this was the best transformation because, like, I think someone said, it told a story. Like, she pulls off her lip bangs, like BangsOnWigs. I don't know what you call
Sure,
that.
bangs on
to
wigs.
reveal, like, a satanic
star. And then just like
and
this.
then she's got blacked out teeth. It was very, that she says, it was like Sharon Tate realness, and I was like, oh my god, yes. The only thing that would have been, oh my god, it would have been too much though. I don't even know if I should say it out loud.
Say it out loud.
As if she had been pregnant, it would have been so much worse. I can't believe I just said that. Whoa, I'm going to hell. So anyway.
You're gonna have to explain that to me because I don't know what you're talking about.
Sharon Tate got murdered by the Manson family when she was like 8 months pregnant with Roman Polanski's baby.
Both looks for me, I was kind of like, oh, these are fine. Mm-hmm. And then it was so funny that I was like, oh, but this is great. Like, she did her shtick on it, because that's Katya.
She transformed not just her outfit, but her character, her person.
Sure.
Right? Like,
sure.
She started as a...
Oh, I'm Dream Genie. No, just kidding. I'm satanic.
Like
JK. Okay.
And she was also giving me Pandora Box.
Sure.
Her face and her hair, it was very Pandora for me.
Sure.
I really liked it. I mean, I might be being a Katya apologist, but I was like kind of living for it.
I had fun with it.
It made me laugh so fucking hard when she pulled her bangs off. I could watch that all day long.
So then next up was Detox.
Yes, who had a 3-part look.
That's right.
It started as like a ninja samurai
geisha
cape
thing.
And then to reveal this sort of like elegant green velvet.
It was very pretty.
It was very like runway. Like I could see that on a red carpet.
Fashion.
You know, like it was. I mean, that's what Detox does. You know,
Yeah.
She gives you fashion. And then her third tearaway is that she like makes it into a bathing suit, which was, you know, fine.
It was fine. It was a little clumsy, that part for me.
But I did like that she was like, "This is my real ass."
Yes.
It was less transformative.
The second reveal or the whole thing?
The second reveal.
I would say maybe even the whole thing.
Maybe even the whole thing. It was more like, oh, I took my dress.
Because she had like a hood. Oh, now it's a dress.
Yeah, it wasn't the best, but
No.
I did like the look.
I liked the look. The gown was the best. So then Alyssa.
Yes. Comes out in Shangela's wig.
Fair.
I didn't like the wig.
I personally thought this look was so much fun.
It was very, again, surprising.
It was surprising. It was different. It was conceptual. And
it was high concept.
She did something that was different. She did something unique and memorable. I thought it was fabulous.
It was like this huge
she has this big
sequined bubble dress.
Yep.
Like, and then it flops down, and there are just cameras everywhere.
She's like paparazzi, like bag lady, like watches, you know.
To top it off, all the flashes start going off. I mean, that took some engineering.
Yeah, Ginger Minj could have used that engineering.
Sure.
Just saying.
Sure. I mean, we get it. She did ask to turn the lights down.
Yeah,
I
right.
refused.
When she first walked out,
yeah,
I would never have been like, oh, I bet you she has a ton of cameras under there.
No, that it was again one of the most just like, what?
You're like, oh, I loved it.
Yes.
So then last but not least,
Last but best.
Alaska.
Oh my god, so she comes out in like trash bag beekeeper realness. Oh my god.
What is she gonna
on
turn
earth
into?
could she possibly like become? And then it was like better than I could have possibly imagined.
Little pound cake.
That little pound cake. I laughed so hard.
Oh my god, it was so great.
It was performance art.
It was, yeah.
Alaska gives me performance art, and I am so here for it.
So, I was very frustrated with the judging this episode. So, I mean, okay, so Alaska and Fifi
yes.
are the top two. Katya, Roxy, and Alyssa are the bottom three. Why are there three again? Are we doing, like, just be fucking consistent or have it be a thing?
Right.
And just pick one or the other.
It feels like what's happening is, you know, there were three bottoms. In Rue's mind. I don't agree. And last week, there was only two people that deserved to be in the bottom. That's the only
thing that would make sense.
I don't think it makes sense.
I don't think it makes sense, and I don't think that that's fair then, because it's like, well, which week am I going to get? Am I going to get a 50-50 shot or a 33%? You know, like, whatever.
Yeah. Katya did not belong in the bottom.
I didn't think Katya belonged to the bottom at all. I mean, her performance alone was one of the very best, I thought.
Yeah.
I thought she and Detox nailed it.
I honestly thought Detox and... If it was going to be a teams thing, we already said
Detox and Katya absolutely would have been the top two.
But then I really thought it was going to be Alaska and Katya on the top again.
Sure.
Or Alaska and Detox on the top. I genuinely...
Yeah.
And Fifi did very well, but I think part of it was we had lower expectations for you and you rose above them, and isn't that great?
But, like, that's not... I'm not here for that bullshit. This is All Stars. This isn't some fucking, like, 4th episode of a regular season of Drag Race.
I found myself...
Where it's like, you don't know who you are, but now you know who you are. Good job, Chi Devane. We love you. Like, that's not what this is.
Sure.
I had a lot of problems with like, the judges' reads in general. You know.
Well, I just didn't understand. I didn't understand why they read Alyssa's look so hard.
I didn't either. And then and Michelle is coming for her being like,
little things in this situation have to matter.
but what was the read?
I don't feel like it was a great reveal, but it didn't even matter. The cameras everywhere was just so wacky.
Detox did the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
Roxy did the same kind of thing. So, and Alyssa's was more thoughtful, was more, you know, of a statement. I guess I just expected it to be like, oh, well, they'll do 2 again on the bottom. It'll be Roxy and Alyssa. And Roxy will go home.
Yeah.
So then they go
backstage.
And Fifi's being uptight.
I just don't want people talking in my ear and trying to beg me to stay. I want to just listen to Ru and go through my head and think.
It was very clear that it was like, I've already decided I want to send Alyssa home.
I feel like when Fifi says that she doesn't need to do one-on-ones, it's kind of a little bitchy, honestly.
I mean, I guess I've been complaining about that format, so I guess thank you. But
Well,
she has such attitude about it.
There's a difference between I'm going to take everyone aside and talk to them individually on this separate couch and let's all talk in a group.
Right.
And then Alaska takes everyone aside on the couch and she's wearing like a kimono. Katya's like, look, I'm confused. They said I was great. I wavered, but then I got better. And they liked my concept. I don't know. Like she was like, I don't know. It was kind of like Detox 2 weeks ago. When she was like, I don't know.
I don't know why I'm here. What?
Like that was weird. So then Fifi changes into like a black cat suit.
Yeah.
Dancing.
Good choice. So they lip sync. And
it was funny. It was like a good lip sync.
It was a good lip sync.
Like, oh Fifi, you're doing a good job, but like you just can't compete with a little pound cake. Like there was just like they would show Fifi and I was like, oh you're doing a really good job, and then it cut to Alaska and I was like, but this is happening.
It was just such a spectacle, and she was making such great faces.
It was so much.
And she was just like working it.
Well, once again, it was like performance art. Like
Absolutely.
she came out with an idea for what she was going to do for the lip sync. And
Yeah.
It wasn't just a lip sync.
No,
You know what I mean?
exactly,
And
exactly.
It worked.
So it worked. I thought Fifi really held her own in the lip sync. She did a good job. Well, okay, so I was so excited for Alaska because, yay, duh. In my head, I was like, well, Fifi could send home either Katya because out of like spite and revenge of like, I thought you should have gone home last week. Or Alyssa because she was like, well, you flipped the script and like, you fucked everything up. I hate you.
Right.
I don't know. And I didn't want to see either of them go home. I was like, Roxy really is just over. Like, I mean, she's great, but like, her time here is done.
Right. And I was like, ooh, Alaska has already saved Roxy
Right.
once. Like, so
Right.
she doesn't need to do that again. So, like, in my mind, I was like, ooh, Alaska's probably going to pick Roxy.
I hope Alaska wins, and then Alaska will pick Roxy, and it'll be sad, but it'll be fine. And then I was just shocked when Alaska sent home Alyssa.
The only thing I could think is, like, they worked together.
Right.
You know, and so, like, maybe Alaska, maybe it was really hard for her to pull that performance out of her. I don't know. That's my only thought. So Alaska sends Alyssa home, and I was like bummed out.
I was like soups bummed. Like, whoa. And then I was like, but wait.
Well, so then they, instead of just doing the like to be continued, they show the queens coming back after the elimination. I was like, oh, they're finally gonna reveal like what the twist is. And then they read the mirror and it says, it's not personnel.
It's not personnel, it's drag.
It's drag, which was fabulous. I was just like, how did she come up with this shit?
They're all like talking about how they made the
Fifi is
decisions.
like, oh, I would have picked Alyssa too. And then Fifi is just...
Can I be completely honest? I am sick of hearing them say, you can wear on stage, but it's okay because you're Alyssa.
You guys can talk about editing, blah, blah, blah.
It was sloppy. I think the concept was cool, but it was sloppy. And if any of us did that, we would get red for filth.
Oh, you guys hate her, blah, blah, blah. I don't care.
She has a bad attitude.
She has a bad attitude. She's sitting there going off about Alyssa and blah, blah, blah.
And then, like, she's caught with a kid in the hand in the cookie jar. This two-way mirror appears, and all the queens are like, that have been eliminated are like, yes, we're here. We heard everything you said. I was like, oh my God. It was just so fucking fantastic.
So perfect. I love it.
Yeah.
Now, did the producers ask her to like go off? I'm sure some people will claim that they did.
Sure, but she did.
She did it.
She still did it.
She still sounded like a fucking bitter cunt. Just saying it.
I think competition brings out her ugly side. Like, she's probably a perfectly lovely person when she's not competing.
I'm just thinking about, like, that Roscoe's clip that we heard, right? Where she's going after Alyssa again for no reason.
Right. After
Why is she...
A year later.
Literally a year later, they're airing this thing, and she's going off on Alyssa's outfit. Why do you gotta go there?
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm so excited to find out how exactly they're bringing Queens back.
Yeah, if there's a way for both Tati and Alyssa to come back,
please,
I am all about it. Well, and they said something like they're gonna have to lip sync to get back in.
Right.
Then we were like, is it gonna be a 4-person lip sync? I'm not into that. I don't like that.
I don't like that.
Is it gonna be a 2 and 2, and then those two who won did this? Is it gonna be you lip sync against the person who sent you home? Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know. But I'm excited because it just means more lip syncing and more drag queens and more episodes.
Love. So if you haven't subscribed, please just click that button right there. And also, if you like our videos, click the thumbs up. It really helps us a lot, and it helps it helps other people find it and find us and have fun and kiki. So please do that.
Yeah.
And we will see you next week. And also make sure to check out our movie reviews because we do those as well.
Yeah, they're fun too.
Yeah. So, cheers to that. Yay, drag queens. They surf through this wave of flaming beehive spaceships.